This is the 4th grade lesson 28 worksheet. Today we're going to be working on equivalent fractions. Create 3 fractions equivalent to the given fraction. So number 1, we have 1 over 5. So in order to find an equivalent fraction, we're just going to multiply both the top and bottom by 2, 3, 4, or just any other number. But since we're going to do 2, 3, and 4 because those are the easiest numbers, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by 2. 1 times 2 is just 2, and 5 times 2 is 10. So one fraction that is equivalent to the given fraction is 2 over 10. And then next we're going to multiply the top and bottom by 3. 1 times 3 is 3, and 5 times 3 is 15. Multiply top and bottom by 4. 4 times 1 is 4, and 5 times 4 is 20. So the equivalent fractions are 2 over 10, 3 over 15, and 4 over 20. Number 2, we have 4 over 3. So we're going to do the same thing as number 1. Multiply top and bottom by 2, and 3, and 4. So again, you can choose any other number, but we're going to just use the 3 lower numbers. 4 times 2 is 8, 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, and 3 times 4 is 12. So these are the 3 equivalent fractions to 4 over 3. Number 3, we have 7 over 11. So 7 times 2 is 14, and 11 times 2 is 22. So that's one of the equivalent fractions. Next, we're going to multiply it by 3 on both the top and bottom. 7 times 3 is 21. So 21. And 11 times 3 is 33. And then for our last one, we're going to multiply it by 4. So 7 times 4 is 28, and 11 times 4 is 44. So those are our 3 equivalent fractions. We're going to skip to number 6. So again, 4 over 7, multiply top and bottom by 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and 7 times 2 is 14. 4 over 7 times 3 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12, 7 times 3 is 21. And our last one, 4 over 7, 4 times 4, and 7 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 7 times 4 is 28. So 3 over 6, for this one, we can divide the top and bottom by 3. So they're both divisible by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So an equivalent fraction to 3 over 6 is 1.5. And 3 over 6 times 2 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. And last one, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 6 times 3 is 18. So our 3 equivalent fractions are 1/2, 6 over 12, and 9 over 18. Comparing fractions. Which fraction is larger, or are they the same? Answer with greater than, less than, or equal to. So number 1, we have 2 over 10 blank 2 over 8. So what we need to do is we need a common denominator. In this case, it's 40. So to get 40 as the denominator, we have to multiply. Well, for 2 over 10, we have to multiply the top and bottom by 4. So we can get 40 on the bottom. So this would become 8 over 40. And in order to get 40 on the bottom for 2 over 8, we have to multiply the top and bottom by 5. So 5 times 10 and 5 times 2 is 10, and 8 times 5 is 40. So 8 over 40 is less than 10 over 40. So our symbol would be a less than sign. Moving on to number 3. So again, we have to find a common denominator, which is 10 for number 3. So since this one, it already has a denominator of 10, we're going to leave it alone. But for 3 over 2, we have to make the denominator a 10. In order to get a denominator of 10 for this fraction, we have to multiply both the top and bottom by 5. 3 times 5 is 15, and 5 times 2 is 10. We're going to write the equivalent fraction below. So 7 over 10 is less than 15 over 10. Number 5, we have 12 over 9 blank 7 over 2. So the common denominator for this one would be 18. So we're going to multiply both the top and bottom for 12 over 9 by 2 to get 18 on the bottom. 12 times 2 is 24, and 9 times 2 is 18. For 7 over 2, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by 9. 7 times 9 is 63, and 2 times 9 is 18. So we're going to write the equivalent fractions below. 24 over 18 is less than 63 over 18. Number 7, we have 7 over 7 blank 15 over 9. So what we can do for this one to make it easier, 7 over 7 is the same thing as 1, and 15 over 9 is the same thing as 1 and 6 over 9. So 1 is less than 1 and 6 over 9, so 15 over 9 would be greater.